Alright guys, welcome back. So, part 2 of the Portland saw. There she is, in all her glory. So let's take this thing apart and see what she's all about. So, air filter. It's a shame they don't offer something a little better. This not very good. Let's go and pull this bar off and get it out of the way. It's still a little warm from when I tested it earlier. Looks like it's the small mount. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I stoked the fire earlier and it's a little smoky in here. I can't wait to get some more room. I'm building an extension onto this shop. It was here when I bought the place. And for whatever reason, they just didn't extend the building completely out to the concrete. So I'm going to close, it's that direction. I'm going to close that in and have a little bit more room for storage, and then I can kind of clean this up. And I think in my my tear down and assembly benches, I'm going to make those more lower to the ground. Like I said, all this was here. This bench was here when I moved here. About it's been about 7 or 8 years ago. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, I'll have me a more proper shop one of these days. Hopefully, maybe the concrete prices will come down. All right, looks like a standard. Looks like Husqvarna in a way. Not sure who actually builds this saw for them. I mean, it says made in China. I guess my hopes were that since it's got Oregon parts on it, at least whoever Oregon got to make this, or Harbor Freight rather, / Oregon, I'm hoping that they got at least the better of the Chinese saw producers to make it. That's my thought. I don't know how. That's just wishful thinking, but God, it smokes terrible in here. So along with working on saws and the holidays and all that jazz, I've also been oh, that's unfortunate. Some weird torques. I've also been, like I said, renovating this space in here. And putting in insulation and what in the world? I guess I don't want you to take the muffler off. I've been putting in insulation and really doing some upgrades in the shop because trying to work more in here during inclement weather. Oh, that's weird. It's like just a cover. Okay, interesting. So it's just a cover. You got a teeny tiny port up here, and it looks like, I'm guessing, just your standard 2. Yeah, both torques. Weird. Alright, moving right along. Seems to be this, I'm not sure what size this is. Hang on. It's not a T27, which is your standard torques. It's like the next size down. I mean, I think you can use maybe a plain blade screwdriver, but it's dang, it, muffler bolt's tight. It don't help this thing still a little warm. That's good though. I mean, at least they're tight and not falling out. Let's give you a little encouragement to what you might find. Looks like it had some kind of thread locker on it. That's good. It's a teeny tiny muffler. It felt a little fat when I was using it, so I think with a little tuning and even just a muffler mod, this saw would probably run a lot better. It seemed to not quite smoothing out in the cut. It still was a little fat. Let's see. So we got one on the top here. Such a weird design. Yeah, I don't know who actually makes this saw. I don't know if it's just a little spacer there. I don't know if it's Oregon makes it or it's made for Oregon and / Harbor Freight. So there's the muffler, teeny tiny opening. Looks like it does have a, still a little warm, it does have a baffle in it, and then your exits on top, which looks removable. Let's take that off just for curiosity, just for science. Just for science and stuff, but it looks like it's tack welded. So I don't know if that's going to come off or not. I think that's just for the screen. Yeah, maybe we won't take it off right now because it looks like, if you can see, it's been spot welded. So easy enough to grind that off and maybe finagle us another flange. But the metal seems to be pretty thick. If anybody can decipher those numbers. I mean, I don't even know where you get replacement parts for this thing. Of course, I guess at the price point, it's not made to really be replaced. It's just made to be, it's not made to be fixed. It's just made to be replaced. So it looks like you got Phillips screws on the top cover. This reminds me a lot of how Husqvarna kind of comes apart with the inner cover coming out like this. Looks like there's 4 or 2 on the inside and 2 on each corner on the outside, or at least 1 here. I really wish I could listen to music. It's super hard for me to do this, listen to music. If anybody knows how to get around that, I mean, I guess you have to give credit in the comments or in the description to whoever the song is. They get annoying every time a song comes on. So if any of y'all YouTube gurus that happen to watch my channel by some chance know how to get around that, let me know. Well, it looks like you got a little screen in here for your weather, summer or winter. Flips around. It's kind of a nice little addition, I guess, if you want to call it that. It's like the choke lever. See if we can get that off without. I really don't like these pressed on choke levers. That one came off pretty easy. It's just got a little, kind of like a key, then it's a little taper to it. So yeah, so this sort of come off. So there's the little motor, and yeah, I believe it is a No, it is not a freaking clam. Are you kidding me? Oh, this is a game changer, guys. Game changer. So yeah, so we're gonna mill this baby. I'm pretty pumped. I just was dead set on it being a clamshell. I'm just blown away right now. You just don't know how exciting it is to a builder to open up a saw, especially one you've never dealt with, and it not be a clamshell. Don't get me wrong. I've got gains from clamshells. They have their place, but you can do far more with a non-clamshell than you can a clamshell. I'm pumped right now, guys. This is just freaking phenomenal. I mean, so it looks like you got a RCJ7Y. Actually has a champion plug. Hey. Maybe this saw has some type of hidden potential. I'm just not, good gosh. Maybe it has some kind of hidden potential. I'm just not seeing yet. Maybe we can really stumble across something pretty good. Who knows? Then again, it might be a turd. We don't know. Carburetor looks like a hill hike. I don't know. Not too excited about that one. But anyway, yeah, small steps here. Small steps. So this is the looks like all the Torx on here. I was kind of pumped about the Torx, but they're all weird size. They're not the T27. So I guess that particular day they was running the sale in China on Torx because they're all not T27s. But nevertheless, it's better than freaking Allen. I hate Allens. Not Allen particularly, just Allen wrenches. Not to be confused with Allen the person. A little side spring. You don't see all this. I didn't even check to see if you're in the picture. Yeah. So yeah, so we'll pull the head off this baby here in a second. Take some lines loose, get covered some fuel. Good times. Good times. So remember on these things, I know this is probably repetitive to some folks, but it'll save you a lot of headaches. If you're doing saws yourself or taking them apart, just always remember, and you can really screw some stuff up quick, no pun intended, your machine thread screws will always go into something metal. Whereas your thick or your wide thread screws, don't lose it, like that, will always go into something plastic. So metal, plastic, it'll help you through assembly, especially if you're not familiar with the saw. Obviously I'm not. I've never taken one of these apart in my life. I'm just kind of seeing kind of where the road takes me. So it looks like probably looks like the carb will be next, and then looks like the intake will come out with the cylinder. Oh man, smoke killing me. This is also, good grief, everything's super tight. This is also the weird Torx. I don't know what size this is, guys. I wish I could tell you. It's funny, you know. Guess where I got these at? It's weird. Anyway, moving right along. Looks like the little impulses on top has some kind of janky twist wire clamp. I don't know. Taking it off if we ever get it back on. I have to figure something else with that, or just use a little piece of wire and twist it. Alright, let's see if we can get these out. I like doing stuff like this. I wish I had more time to do it. This is pretty interesting. A little bush in there. Looks like the bushing and all came with that one. I don't know if the kids in third shift must have made this one. Must have put this one together. I think that was supposed to stay in the, I don't know. See, I already broke the intake. Oh no, I had a piece of plastic in there. Anyway, this little brass bushing I think was supposed to stay. This has got a liner on it. That's weird. The other one didn't. I'm not sure how that comes out. Looks like there's some kind of clip thingy holding it in. Maybe a screw. I didn't really want to pull this whole handle off, to be honest with you. It's hard to tell how they've rigged it up here. It looks like the carb is loose, but the intake is not wanting to come out. I think this little, no, it's not a clip. Oh man. So it looks like the intake is made into this base, which is not too good. Let's see here. Probably fixing to get covered in fuel. See if we can take this inputs on off. Yeah, this stuff's on here. Yeah, there's the impulse. Looks like the little, whatever that is, wrap wire stayed. Let's see if we can get these other ones off. Looks like the return. Fuel. Yeah, wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Let's see if we can figure out how to get this little dude out of here. Just kind of twist him sideways. That's going to be fun going back together, because you got to get it over to the throttle rod. Yeah, that's going to be fun. That is going to be fun. You can see there's a carb, teeny tiny carb. Be nice to maybe find a replacement. That might be something in the future for this one. Might be several iterations of this. So if you see down in there how the little looks like it's cable driven actually. Nice, I like cables. You got two more Torx down in here. It bolts down on the intake. Then I'm guessing we can probably loosen the cylinder and just take the whole cylinder off. That's the plan anyway, as of now. So we'll see. These saws that I've never taken apart, it's kind of fly by the seat of your pants kind of thing. And kind of hope for the best, because I don't have any experience with these. I'm still just floored the fact that it's, yeah, so anyway, that's loose now. So I think if we take the, I wonder if the engine itself is T27 or if it's probably this weird one. Oh, it is. Maybe. Let's see. Not even close with a standard T27. Dang it. That's going to be fun. Alright. Because they are tight. Ooh. Man alive. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm going to have to get creative here on this one. I got a feeling. May end up having to get a T-handle for this. Let's see. I don't think I've got anything but a T27 that has a handle on it, unfortunately. Let's see. Maybe this one. Oh, dang it. Yeah, it's T27 too, is it? Yeah, I think those are the same. I was hoping. Okay, we're back. Anywho, what you missed was really nothing other than my camera getting hot. GoPro 11, which is weird. I mean, I'm in the shop. It's not. It's like 55, 60 degrees in here, so I don't know. Anyhow, so in the bottom of that intake there is a black screw. I found it, but I didn't see it earlier because it was black and it just kind of blended in. So there is one in the bottom to take that intake off. So the only thing you really missed is me loosening and taking out the bolts. I mean, the bolts are still in there, but they're loose. I hadn't listed the cylinder off yet, so I thought I'd do that to see what we got. So it looks like we got a little teeny piston. Looks like they have a little dome to it. That's always a plus. Here's the cylinder. Dump the bolts out so they don't go flying in the floor. Yeah, it's open port. Nevertheless, it's got some potential. I don't know what kind of coating they use. If you can see that, the intake's really small. I'd like to see where the numbers are on this one. So yeah, we'll run the numbers on it and find out. For a gasket, the top of that piston's super porous. It's not like really polished at all. Yeah, super tiny piston. See what that baby is, just for the heck of it. Looks to be 41 millimeter. Makes me think if there's some stuff you might be able to change in here. I got a feeling that pin though is like an 8 millimeter pin, which is going to strongly restrict what might be able to swap in here. Yeah, she's tiny. It's got those terrible clips in them too. Yeah, so it looks like about an 8 millimeter pin. So anyway, so that is the inside of one. There's the cylinder. I don't know what we'll be able to get out of this. I'll have to run some, see where the numbers fall. Take the clutch off so I can put my handy dandy little Wixie deal here. If you've never seen these, Dino Joe makes these. He sells them on his website. They're pretty trick. It's a lot easier because you can have the saw pretty much any position on the bench, and this will have room to turn. Maybe not this one because it's so small. I don't know, we'll have to see. Be close. Versus using this old style, which is not, I mean, I guess a lot of people still use them, but you got to rig up a spot to put your pointer and bend it, and you know, it's, I don't know, it's just not, I don't like it. I mean, compared to this one, it's got its place, but anyway. So I'll pop this clutch off and find a tool for it. It looks like the 3-way Husqvarna. See if I've got I think I've got a socket for that that'll fit, or a removal tool. Pull it off, and put our gauge on there, and I'll bring you back and we'll see kind of where the stock numbers are at, and then maybe give you my thoughts on where we might be able to go with it, how far we can go with it. Also, I'm going to check the squish when I go back. I'm going to put the bolts back in. I should have did that before I took it off, just to see where it was at, but I was so excited that it was not a clamshell, I just forgot. So anyway, alright guys, thank you, I appreciate it, and we'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, welcome back. First off, I've been sick for days, since before Christmas. Those first 2 videos, you'll see, this may be in the second video, this may be the third. I was getting the flu, and I'm still getting over it, so I'm struggling. But anyway, I wanted to show you a little bit of what's been going on prior to getting back into it. So this is our little Portland build. This is the cylinder that was on it. Pretty basic.
cylinder. There's numbers on the side if anybody can decipher that. It's after some intake work. More numbers on that side. Looks like this might have a maybe it's produced for somebody that has a decomp. It has a hole or a bung for it, but it's not been tapped, or they don't have a decomp in it. So I don't know if this is used maybe on another higher end saw from China. So I don't know. Anyway, so there's the I'm sorry, yeah, that's intake. Sorry, I had exhaust. It was super tiny inside. I've done a little bit of work inside. I don't know if you can see. It's a little reshaping. Hadn't been chamfered yet or anything. The transfers, if you can see my line from the dust, it's still a little bit there. Lighting's kind of not good. So get some better lighting. Anyway, so it's the transfers. Here's the intake on the back side. It's got some weird divots in there. I did cut the band, if you can see from the dust. It's got a lot of dust in it, but I haven't cleaned it out. But it has been cut. So the original squish on this thing, the factory squish was like 39. And what I got with this band cut, with this base cut, we're looking at like 21 and some change. I got it written down, but I don't have the book in front of me. I'm just trying to go off memory. It's been several days since I picked this up, because like I said, I've had the flu. So anyway, just wanted to show you a little progress there on it. I got to bring the transfers down. If you can see my little line there, down in there, where the transfers are marked. I'm bringing them up a little bit. Cause when you drop the base, everything changes. So you've got to adjust accordingly. But anyway, so bear with me. We'll get through these. Just give you a little tidbit of kind of what's been going on, and of course the holidays, that brings a whole nother dynamic into it. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. Anyway, thanks for stopping in, guys. I appreciate you. Like and subscribe. Again, this all will be given away. This will go to a YouTube subscriber. You have to be a subscriber. If you're not, if I hadn't got the email saying you've subscribed and you are the winner, then you're not the winner. So just keep that in mind. Appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one.